The Dreaming, My Year as a Man.
Ah, yes, no, it's foolish of me. It's just whenever it's tea time, I keep thinking Matthew's going to flap through the window any second now, but he never does. And I miss him. I haven't got that many friends, and first Goldie and Matthew, all my friends seem to be going away. Or present company accepted, of course.
Now, what are you whittering about?
I was just wondering when Matthew would come back.
Pah! Who cares? How many of these wretched ravens we have seen come and go now?
14, 15?
And a Mangia Fulcia, more disease-ridden pack of pests, it would be hard to imagine. But for some bizarre reason, he seems to like them. So I dare say there'll be another one along any minute. Here, take your tea.
Thank you.
Sandwich, cake.
No, thank you. I'm not really hungry.
After I spent hours preparing them,
They look delicious. Now that I think of it, I'm positively famished.
I suppose the blasted bird probably will come crawling back again, just like. What was his name? The tedious poetic one?
Stairs of Mora. Yes, he did come back, didn't he? But why did he?
I neither remember nor give a damn. If you're that curious, I'd suggest you go and look it up.
What a good idea, Kane. I believe I shall after I've finished eating, of course.
The Library of Dream, some hours later.
Lucien? I can't find anything by Aristeas of Marmora, and I've looked right through the poetry shelves.
That's because he's filed under classics.
Oh, well, I wanted to know about his return to the waking world.
Then I think you're in luck. Aristeas meant to write a memoir of his travels, but of course, once he was a raven again, he forgot all about it. Fortunately, the library didn't. Here it is. I think this is what you're looking for.
My Years a Man by Aristeas of Marmora. Gentle readers.
Gentle readers, you should know that I had served my master faithfully and well for 240 years, as time is reckoned on earth, when there came upon me a restlessness of spirit. I knew not why fully, but I yearned for things long lost to me and sought forgotten, the taste of certain foods, the ardor of human love, the feel of sea spray on my skin. On these memories and more I brooded. But my lord guessed my heart's secret, and nobly offered to grant its desire. Still he counselled caution, and made with me a compact. If the world of man suited me not, I should return to his side within a year and a day, or else remain a man for my mortal lifetime. And to this I readily agreed. Sleep then, said he, and I did as I was bid. And I woke under a tree in my human shape, and clad in fine raiment, with a full purse of gold at my side, for my master was ever generous. I knew the countryside at once. I was on the coast road between Cisseus and my home, and the familiar scents on the breeze made my heart sing with joy. I rose at once, eager to explore again the paths I had walked in childhood, but I had forgotten how to walk as men do, and could only hop like a bird. So now, without the aid of wings to balance me, and so I passed many painful hours of practice, as I reacquainted myself with the proper use of my lower limbs before, somewhat unsteadily, re-entering the town of my birth. Little had changed there, and each step I took awoke within me the child who had once played in these streets. Yet there were also newer buildings that I did not know, standing where there had once been only meadowlands. I took a room at the tavern, then sought out my parents' house. It was easily found, but the sight of it brought only sorrow, for their spirits had departed an age ago, and strangers now dwelt within those beloved walls. The familiar mocked me at every turn. Even the faces of those I saw on the streets and in the tavern echoed those of their forefathers, so that here I saw a friend, there an enemy, though in truth all were strangers to me, and my home was home no longer. And I had thought that here at least my work would be remembered, but though some knew my tale, none save a few scholars recalled the teller's name. And so I left that place for the last time and walked out into the wider world. As I'd already explored the northern lands, this time I journeyed south, my thought being to write an account of these travels, and so 8 months passed uneventfully as I studied the curious beliefs of those regions before finally tiring of sand and superstition. With little time remaining to me, and longing only for greenery and good food, for convivial and company and a pleasant climate, I took ship at the nearest port and sailed for Onotria.
Lucian, where's Notria? If I remember correctly, it was a great colony in southern Italy. 7th century before Christ, or thereabouts.
Oh, how I longed to be able to fly once again, to glide effortlessly above the earth, instead of being forced to crawl across its surface. And sailing was even worse. Only a fool would do this by choice.
You're right, sir? Been feeding the birds, have you? Fine. I will be when the storm subsides. Why, bless you, sir, that isn't a storm. The waves just got a bit of a bounce in them, that's all. Now you see them? Those dark clouds in the horizon? Yes, that's a storm, and headed our way by the look of her.
Scarce had he spoken, or so it seemed to me, when the tempest was upon us, and we were caught in the full fury of its blast. As if Poseidon himself were waging war, and we had strayed all unknowing upon the battlefield. Mastless and crippled, our ship was driven many leagues off course, until finally it foundered upon the rocks. I found myself shipwrecked upon the shore of Thessaly, though the captain assured me his ship could be repaired. I wanted land beneath my feet again for a while, and so resumed my journey on foot. Before long I had reached nearby a mountain Pelion, where a figure out of legend awaited me.
Hail, Aristeas. I trust you will join me for breakfast. You know me? You were expecting me? The stars know you, poet. They foretold your coming. I have merely provided the breakfast. Shall we adjourn to my cave? My name is Chiron. Not the Chiron? The tutor of Achilles and Asclepius and Jason? Amongst others, yes. This way, Aristeas. I thought, I heard you were dead, and that all the centaurs had vanished from the world. Beliefs I have cultivated, for they suited my purpose. Fortunately, and thanks to your kind, poet, when men see centaurs pinned down upon a page, they think them only travelers' tales. Though, in truth, our age has passed, and my people have sought other worlds in which to dwell, some day I must join them, but there is still so much to be done here. Ah, here we are. I hope you are hungry after your travels. Yes, I am. Very good. I hope my remarks about your profession cause no offense, for I myself appreciate a good story and did greatly enjoy your tale of the Arimespians. You've read it? A long time ago, but I remember it fondly.
Those shiftless one-eyed men, forever trying and comically failing to steal the gold from the river guarded by watchful griffins. The hounds of Zeus, you called them. A fine turn of phrase, I thought.
So, as I recall, you did not actually journey to Aramespia yourself? No, I heard the tale from the Isidonians, but I did later know a griffin who became a dear friend of mine. I should dearly love to see such a creature, but Aramespia recedes further from this world, and the journey is now a long one. Some day, perhaps. Thank you, Sullen. You may return to your studies now. Your latest charge? Yes, a good lad. I teach him agriculture and archery. And ideas. Most of all, ideas. Which reminds me, if I read the stars aright, are you not the messenger of Oneirus? I am. That is, I was. My lord has graciously granted me a leave of absence to travel. That explains your human shape, no doubt. I had been expecting a raven, naturally, and also a message. I'm afraid not. Not by my hand. Ah, well. Doubtless he sends another. A thankless task messengering for the great, I have always felt. The first raven was white, so they say, until he brought news of his master's love's unfaithfulness, and was turned black for his trouble. I am sure you have earned your rest, and look forward to reading the account of this journey. Your path takes you on, Sir Thessaly. Yes, right through. Then be careful, poet. This country is not what it was.
Though I knew he meant well, I paid Chiron's warning but little heed, for I was accustomed to the protection of my master, and thus feared no man. But others I met upon the road also spoke of danger. As you love your mother, friend, avoid this road. There are witches yonder. Witches, I tell you. See, they stole my ears while I slept, so that I must wear my hair long for decency's sake. Is that any way to treat an honest merchant? I ask you, sir. Ugh! Small wonder even honest men must turn bandit in these uncertain times.
How long I lay there, I cannot say,
but it was night when they found me.
Is he alive?
Yes. His wound is not a serious one.
Oh,
I thought them my saviors. Had I known what they truly were, I should have fled for my life. Can you speak?
Yes, What happened?
I fear you have been attacked, young man. These roads are not safe for innocent travelers, alas.
My money, it's gone.
A worry for another day. For now you need food and sleep, and treatment for your wound. I insist that for tonight at least you shall enjoy my hospitality. Hippolyta, escort this gentleman to my house and cater to his needs. But you understand me? Yes, perfectly. Come, stranger, lean on me.
You're very kind.
What game is this, Tricala? We need flesh for the rites. Why did we not simply take his face?
Patience, Berhana.
Gentle readers, you may find this hard to credit, but since I had no wish to buy affection, in all my long months in the world, this was my first voyage on the ship of love. And though I had forgotten this art also, with wine and Tempestus' tender encouragements, the knowledge returned to me in good time.
Ah, that's better.
Roll over, I will massage your neck. Where are you from, Aristeas?
Marmora. My name means nothing to you? Aristeas of Marmora?
No, should it?
My vanity is thus offended. I told her everything. Of Arimesbia, of my departure from earth and my centuries of service to my lord, of my travels these last months. And when I was done, she said,
Is that all? You prattle of gods and griffins, and I thought you knew something of value. Do you think me some idiot country girl to be impressed by such nonsense? We control the gods, fool. When we speak, the very elements hasten to obey us. We can call down the moon and stars, transform ourselves into any shape that pleases us. We have powers over hags and yings, and potions and poisons to make a man lose his heart or his mind. Potions like the one I have just messaged into your stupid hide. Aristei ass!
Hippolyta, was this really necessary? He knew nothing. And anyway, we need a new ass. Berrihan has beaten the old one near to death. Besides, his touch offended me, and that's reason enough. Look, the filthy thing's doing its business.
Dire as my predicament already seemed, it now became worse. For not only did these dreadful women press me into service as a beast of burden, but the cargo I was forced to carry was grisly indeed.
Faster, O messenger of the gods!
Nightly I was compelled to witness their blood-curdling rituals in worship of Hecate, their dread mistress. While by day they kept me firmly tethered, fed on rotten scraps and rainwater. And in this pitiable condition it remained for some weeks, until I was rescued by the mother of mankind. You have got yourself into a muddle, haven't you? Come on, let's get you away from here. The Lady Pandora herself. It's lucky for you I had to deliver a message to Chiron. He said he thought you were heading into trouble, and he was right, wasn't he? Well, never mind. Here, eat of those rose petals, and you shall soon regain your human form. There, that's better. Your year's nearly up, Aristeas. Have you reached a decision yet about your future?
Yes, I have. I want to be a raven again. I want to go home. But first, there's a place on earth I wanted to visit, but my gold was stolen and I have no clothes.
So, I see. Here.
Lady, could you take me there?
Graciously, she consented, and transported us both to the city of my dreams, Metapontion in Oenotria.
Beautiful, isn't it? My lord brought me here once, many years ago, and I have never forgotten it. The climate is pleasant, the food and wine excellent, the women comely, the town young and exciting. If I could dwell anywhere on earth, it would be here. But that kind of life is behind me. I know that now. Still, I would like the man I was to be remembered, here, if nowhere else.
Very well, then. But if we're going to play out this little drama of yours, you'd better make a start. So I entered the city's marketplace and addressed the populace.
Citizens of Metapontion, hear me. I am Aristeas of Marmora. Buzz off back there, then. Never heard of you. I beg you, listen to me. It is important that you know that your city is blessed, for it was once visited by a god. Which god, Curly? You would know him as Apollo, the father of Orpheus. I accompanied him on that visit, though I then wore the form of a raven. And it is his wish that you build an altar here to honor him, and beside it a statue of myself. Bollocks! You ignore his request at your peril. I tell you again, build the altar, build the statue. Now, my lady.
I will return to punish you.
Well, is your vanity satisfied now? At your peril, indeed.
I just wanted to be remembered. Is that so wrong?
No, not wrong. Merely human.
Not any more, my lady. And thus I put aside the world of men and returned to my duties.
What happened next? Did they build the statue? Oh, yes. Of course. It's been dust for the last 1,000 years or so. Poor Aristeas. He did so want to be immortal. What about his book? The Arismespia? Well, we have a copy, but I don't think there's been one on Earth since Alexandria burned down. Still, Longinus quotes 6 lines from it in his treatise on great writing, and Herodotus gives Aristeas 2 whole paragraphs. I suppose that is immortality of a sort. Well, he certainly lived a long time. I remember him being here for centuries after he came back. Indeed, quite a few centuries. The truth is, he was a much better raven than he was a man. Well, what sort of man was Matthew? Why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah, what am I, invisible?
Matthew, you've come back to us. I didn't know. Why didn't you tell me he was there? You didn't ask?
Hey, I've only been back an hour or two. You and Cain were next on my list. I didn't want to interrupt all that stuff about Aristeas. What a geek, huh?
I suppose you could call him an ancient geek.
Jeez, Abel, no wonder your brother keeps killing you.
I've missed you too. Actually, he was Turkish.